Any other Warriors thoughts? Any other Warriors thoughts?
Get it together, Clay. That's all.
It was a rough night. Rough night. He's been not awful for
Been
like.
cool.
I mean, for the last couple weeks, kind of, but there'll be. I don't know. He has some weird ones in there. Him and Poole just both need to figure out how to be consistent. Oh, I had one last Warriors thought. I'm starting to get nervous. It doesn't
Mm.
usually go that your third year is an anomaly shooting year, but I'm wondering if Jordan Poole's shooting last year was an anomaly, and maybe this is more of just what he is as a shooter, because his free throw percentage is down from 90 whatever to like 83. Seems like he's just kind of consistent 83 right now. Like he's gonna just like miss one a game
Yeah,
compared to like you used to
yeah.
see long stretches of him not missing. But also,
Got a little Westbrook in him.
yeah, but yeah, no, it'd be interesting. It's like, oh, is this the shooter he is? I'm hoping not. I'm
Yeah,
hoping he can get hot. I mean, that's the thing. He still gets hot, so that's kind of the weird thing. Is like, is he just like
yeah.
can get hot 32%, like peak 3-point shooter most years? So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. He still
But
hasn't
like he's
scored less
still
than 20
figuring
as a
out his
starter. Yeah.
shot selection. I ain't gonna lie,
Hmm.
like it's really what it is with him. Is he takes some questionable. He takes the right ones, but he also takes some questionable ones. Just like you probably didn't have to force that, or I don't
Yeah,
know,
finding the balance.
figuring
It's
out playing more minutes.
Yeah,
the role still. Like, you tell the system and the role still trying to like the collective, I guess, still trying to figure it out. Find the balance with it. But I was like bringing up the 3 point. Yeah, made me think of. I'm kind of comfortable with. Feel like not nervous at the idea of him being in that probably pretty regular. I feel like that 34, 35 range. For most of his career, and I think it comes to what I want to see over the next 3-4 weeks. I think maybe key to them playing well is Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga individually and in combination with each other. Excuse me. Finding consistent paint touch, like making that the base of the offense the next 3 to 4 weeks. I feel like Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan type, like this team needs to live off of Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga's ability to get to the basket and really push to see how good of finishers they are, and push to see how many free throws they can get in a game. And I feel like Jordan Poole's shooting will improve with that. And even if it doesn't, I think he'll find himself find his role easier to play. If I think when that takes the lead, I think that takes the lead, and I think that's what the Warriors are dealing with. The Warriors have not had players who penetrate off the dribble to get to the basket, aside from Steph Curry for most of their runs. Kevin Durant probably being the biggest example of a player who's capable of it, but in the role system and the way he wants to play, it ends up being a lot of isolation or just different type of looks. The Warriors never find themselves, I guess, with players within a league full of guards and wings who can break players down off the dribble and get to the paint. The Warriors have lived off of passing and Steph Curry's ability to get to the paint and all the things Steph Curry does. So it's new roles to see, like what happens when the Warriors have two players who are really good at getting to the basket, the way Poole and Kuminga are. And what I want to see the most from them is get to the rim, get fouled, like.
Yeah,
Don't
I
worry
want to
about.
see.
I can worry less about your jump shots. Like care less about. I
Yeah,
know they're so talented. I guess I don't worry about how good of shooters they're going to be. I think they just need to figure out that they are drivers. They are basket attackers. They are. The Lowry
yeah,
DeRozan thing. I vividly remember playing against these guys and how much they can get to the free throw line, but they lived inside of the paint, lived on creating contact every possession down the court. So I think Poole and Kuminga can do that. Go ahead, Jordan.
think he's learned or just watching the last couple games,
Mm,
just watching, I was like, just realized, oh yeah, he could really get to the basket when he wants. So I feel like he's just already being around Stephen Curry. I feel like he's naturally just gonna become just a better, more crafty finisher than he already is a crafty finisher, but just like just becoming a better finisher in general. I feel like
yeah,
it's just gonna feel like it's gonna come along just naturally. Because it's probably a lot of it is just frustration, probably because people know how to guard, or
yeah.
schemed
people are more,
against.
you're more schemed against. People see what you're doing now, so it's just see a lot of them like, bro, yeah, you get to the basket with ease. It's just like, okay, you get blocked a couple times, just like watching early step and shit. Like, you just gotta
Yeah,
develop it, get stronger. Shit, he's only 23.
Yeah,
I think the difference and why it feels so confusing is that the obvious is no one's ever going to shoot like Steph, but we're in this very weird gap where it's like how good of a shooter is Jordan Poole, and and I think what's like you said, he has these times where it feels like he takes bad shots. So like I think he just doesn't know how to use his jump shot, like how
Yeah,
to leverage his jump shot because he doesn't know how good it is. I don't think Kerr knows how
yeah,
good it is. I don't think Curry knows how good of a shooter he is. They know that he's a good shooter sometimes. He's a great
yeah,
shooter sometimes. He's a bad shooter sometimes. And I think because of that, they don't know. He doesn't know how to use that as part of his game. And I think he's still trying to use it as part of his game because in the Warriors offense has been based around jump shooters for a long time. Yeah.
yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, get to the rim. That's what I want to see the next 3 or 4 weeks. They want to see Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga on people's heads to the basket.
Shit, he said about Westbrook. Like he is like
He
damn
got a
near
little
more.
bit.
He's more athletic than Steph. Just like that shit. A lot of times when he gets to the basket, that shit. It's funny because a lot of times when he gets blocked, it's when he tries to just like play above the rim. But it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, if you just get a little stronger, you could just actually start banging on people for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
just like have those little moments. But
Yeah,
it
and they
comes with the
bounce off you.
time.
You drop it in. Like,
Yeah,
he had
no, he's got a lot. He's a mixture. I think he's a really special player. Like I feel like you can where we're at with guards now is so interesting. But like, there's so many. I mean, Jamal Crawford. I feel like what Jamal Crawford, Monte Ellis. Who did you just say? Westbrook. Like Westbrook. Like there's a lot of. I feel like there's just a lot to pull from this, or a lot Jordan Poole you can compare to. A lot of players you can compare Jordan Poole to. To try to see.
it's a pun in there.
Yeah, there was. I think that's he
Poole
did it
to
on the
yeah.
first time on accident. Yeah, no. I think that's it. I feel like the counter probably is the next thing. Strength's a big part of basketball. You start with last two. We had one like on N.B.H today where he kind of like tried to get the body, and then I think he might have missed the layup, but like kind of wanted the foul.
Yeah,
But it's kind of ones like, oh, Steph kind of just makes those now. Like you bounce off of the body
yeah,
still, but you can still like just got the strength to get a good shot up there. So it all comes with
yeah,
time. Like you said, at least kind of figuring them out. It'd be interesting to see
yeah,
how he adjusts. It's weird to see him. I feel like we just haven't seen him struggle for this prolonged period of time. So it's
yeah.
kind of easy to start having some doubts, like y'all saying. Though he's 23. We'll see how it goes as it goes forward. Him and Kuminga, I'm excited to see what him and Kuminga do. I think what somebody was saying that was that's what was encouraging, probably about the game today. There's the tough parts, like like the bench just isn't really that good. Again, Clay doesn't have a great night, but like you go past Dante Poole and Moody Kuminga, and like you have to do more when you have no Steph, you have no Wiggins, you have no Draymond. It's just those dudes aren't all that great, but like think like you said, Kuminga continues to look good. I feel like Poole had another. It's weird as much as Poole struggled, he still hasn't had I think less than 20 years. Only had less than 20 once as a starter. I think he had 29 today. 4 turnovers
Allen
in his
Iverson.
4
He got a little
assists.
Iverson in
Yeah,
him.
no,
He
that's
got,
actually
man.
that's a good comp. I mean, the type at least probably young. I didn't get to see a lot of pre 90 or pre 01 Iverson, but you figure it probably looks similar. And then I think even Moody keeps having. I think the fact that Moody just has to be out there, so they're gonna have to suffer through the quote unquote bad moments, which don't even feel that bad. But Kerr just has a short leash with him for whatever reason. But he's gonna kind of get the opportunity to play through those. He continues to he hits shots in moments. He's gonna hopefully get more field, kind of find more of that defense as it goes on. But we're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with these opportunities.